Hi, Trevor here, reflecting on life through music. Thank you for stopping by. Well, come in today, you're very welcome. I trust you enjoyed my last video on an Aussie party band, the Hooters, and through their song, What's My Scene, we looked at doing what we love. So I trust you found that one encouraging. Well, I'm finding myself scrambling a little bit today. Normally I've got about 2 or 3 videos to put up because I only put about 3 videos a week because I don't want to overwhelm people. But I've run out. So the minute this one's recorded, it's going to go up there because Friday's a day I put videos up. Well, going from the Hooters to 1980 in Philadelphia. Rob Hyman and Eric Bazillion. These guys with a few others were getting very well known in the local club scene, and a bit of airplay on WMMR absolutely helped these guys. The guys we're talking about are the Hooters. Now, the Hooters were becoming very big. In 1982, they opened for the farewell tour for The Who. So there we go. That's pretty significant right there. And in 1983, they released an independent release, Amore. Now, incidentally, both Rob and Eric are pretty talented songwriters, and the little-known Cyndi Lauper at that point got them to write Time After Time. Now, that was a massive song for Cyndi, and it went to #1, and so this is the pedigree of the songwriting of this band. In fact, those guys did some backup vocals in the chorus of that song, which is pretty cool. 1985 got signed to Columbia Records, and out came the album Nervous Night. Now, this album was huge, absolutely massive. There are so many good songs on this album. That there's just something about the Hooters. They've got a bit of ska, they've got a bit of folk, they've got a bit of rock, and of course the melodica, which is a harmonica keyboard device, which you'll hear in And We Danced in a minute, and mandolin. There's a bit of everything in here. There's just something about these guys that is pretty cool. A lot of power in places as well. And Eric and Rob's vocals are pretty amazing. And their songwriting is pretty cool. So Nervous Night came out. A couple of songs off that album. First of all, we got All You Zombies. Now, there's some biblical references in here. Moses is one, going to Pharaoh saying, "Let my people go." And there's some parallels to what was happening in the 90s, 80s at that point. Of course, 1985 was the year when all the albums came out. And so we knew what the 1980s were at this point. They were sort of having a bit of a dig or a bit of a wake-up call to those in power and thinking, hey guys, what are you doing? And so All You Zombies is just an interesting take on where the 90s, 80s was at that time. So we've got official and live version. That one pretty cool. But one of my favourite songs, really, period, is And We Danced. It also came off Nervous Night as well. Official live version below. The official version's all about when you had the drive-in, you'd get people and smuggle people in through the boot. It was just the whole part of the whole deal. And we've got a live version as well. Just look at the live version. This is from Live Aid 1985 in Philadelphia. There's a lot of power going on here. This song is absolutely, this version is really good, because the Hooters could do not only studio work, but they could do live really well. And so we've got And We Dance live and official. And We Dance is probably where I want to go today. Now, in the past, I've talked a little bit about my reluctance for dancing. It was wearing me down. I was thinking, I really got to dance. I've got to get up there and do something. I need a reason. Well, sure enough, one night someone got me up to dance, and then we decided maybe we could go further. If I hadn't got up and danced, if I hadn't taken that risk, if I haven't trusted myself, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I think there's something about taking that risk. Really, what was the uncomfortable bit? Probably the first 30 seconds, and after that, I kind of thought, well, I'm up now, so I'm just kind of keep going. And We Danced dancing's all about letting go, being free, just letting our body do what it needs to do. Obviously, the more we know what we're doing, the better off it is. And now we are having dancing lessons right now. They're not going so well because my left foot doesn't know what my right foot's doing and vice versa. But get me up and just a bit of freedom, and that's okay. And we danced. Really just captured the whole feel of the 1980s. Rock was well and truly, glam rock was taking over at this point. And we danced really just typifying what it means to be human, what it means to be alive, the anticipation, the expectancy of a band that had just released its first studio album, and waiting to see what the world would do with them. And the world has resonated with the Hooters big time. And so let's not be too scared. And when I think about dancing, I think, well, if dancing's good, what else can I do? In fact, I was at a networking event a little while, just recently this week, and someone came up to me and said, there's something different about you. There's something really, really cool different about you. What's going on? I was able to share the story a little bit. The great thing about taking risks, particularly around wanting to be a better person, having to let go of the previous version of yourself, which may not have done so well, but the new version, and embracing that version of you, seeing, and the more you go, I suppose, from that previous version of you, the one that's a little bit scared, you're going into uncharted territory. You never really know what's going to happen, but you can't go back. Once you move forward, you move forward. And for me, dancing is well and truly part of that transition. And so if you're like me previously and didn't get up and dance, get up and dance. Particularly if someone asks you to get up and dance, right, you really don't have a choice at that point. Of course, in European countries, I remember going to a wedding once. It was a Serbian wedding, and dancing just happened the minute you walked in the door. Obviously, there it's a whole linking arms, going around in a circle thing, so you're all kind of part of it. But, dancing is just part of the world culture. And I can understand it during COVID why not dancing was such a big deal, because people really, really like dancing. And so it's good that we've kind of got back to that, and to be able to free. And of course, professional dancers, whether it's hip hop, ballet, whatever it is, guys are amazing. You really, really are, because you trust your body to do what it needs to do. And for someone who's such a really, really novice, even probably in the negative territory right now, absolutely inspirational. So, and we danced. Enjoy this iconic 1980s song. It's absolutely amazing. The live version is pretty cool. So and we danced. 1987, out came One Way Home, and of that album we got Satellite, obviously MTV, television, all the rest of it. And where are we going? In fact, it was Queen with this song Radio Gaga, When We Get Tired of All This Vision. I think there's some concerns about video and where we're going and where we've been. And this is a really, really quite a clever clip of just unsettling us a little bit with what is this thing called television, and now it's streaming and all the rest of it. It was around that time they came, and because of Satellite, the Hooters went on to get quite successful in Europe. So they pretty well have had a pretty amazing, successful international career. Between 1983 and 2023, how long is that career? 8 studio albums, including that independent release at the start, 3 live albums, and 23 singles. Just around the 3 million album sales mark, so pretty successful in the scheme of things. Given Nervous Night sold 2 million, that's a pretty good effort for an opening album, absolutely. And so I love the Hooters when they were around. I love And We Dance. I was in a band and we actually covered And We Dance. It's such a good one to play, particularly when you're the keyboard player, because the keyboard part's pretty cool. I think I did manage to find a sound that was pretty close to the melodica that Rob used to play. So the links to those 5 videos are in the description below, and I've also included my last video from Hooter Gurus. So if you want to recap on them, feel free. Well, we're still going through H. It's just pretty cool. I'm really enjoying this series still. We are into we did pass the 500 video mark with the Hooter Gurus last time, so we're now into the 500s. Who would have thought? We just keep going and we just keep going and we just keep going. We're only up to H. We've still got a stack of content to go, including these guys next time, Hootie and the Blowfish. So until then, I'll catch you around. Bye for now.